Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Market Outlook series. I am Kavita Agrawal, the founder of EXP Invest. We are here to discuss Nifty's amazing down leg today. Fantastic gap up opening, but very sharp decline for the rest of the day. So we are going to diagnose why that happened and what signs were already present in the chart, which enabled me to warn my clients on Telegram that this correction is expected. So nothing out of the blue happened today, but let's go back to the charts and take a look. So we're going to start with the 3-minute time frame of Nifty, move on to Bank Nifty, and then we are going to talk about the intersect charts. Let's resume with the analysis of Nifty. So let's start with the 3-minute time frame of Nifty, as we always do. So what is very noticeable in Nifty is, see here, if we draw the channel, so this is where we noticed a negative divergence right here. Up to this point, the Nifty was moving upward, not with very strong momentum, with very choppy momentum, but it was in a bullish uptrend. It was in a bullish range shift, right, which was a telltale sign of continuation. But when this peak got forged, basically when my resistance of 22,775 got tested for the second time by Nifty, we saw a massive negative divergence. And then Nifty gave an immediate drop, the kind of drop that the day started with today, right? And this is what was actually very troubling. The level of 30 got breached right here. So you can see this level of 30 got breached right here. This was a sign that correction is expected to continue. Another sign that correction was expected to continue that Nifty had given us initially was that on Tuesday, 30th April, when the price declined so sharply, it happened against pretty strong volumes. And then from this level of around 22,560, when Nifty gave a little bit of a bounce up, the volume was awful. So this is the volume indicator represented by histograms using MACD. It just gives a lot more definition to the changes in volume, because that is what matters. And this is today's activity in the market. We saw a gap up opening with a resistance at the resistance of 22,775, but it didn't hold. Market declined. It pretty much nosedived to the very next available support, which is 22,500, and continued to decline even from there. After around 2 p.m. in the last hour, 1.5 hours, what we saw was a small bounce up, which again failed to sustain above 22,500. However, a little bit of volume did pick up in the last bit of this last few minutes, I would say, of the rally. So what my expectation is now for Nifty is that it might potentially test the resistance at 22,600 here, where my crosshair is. But beyond that, I expect the correction to continue. On the 15-minute time frame, now we've moved to 15-minute time frame of Nifty. Again, what you'll see is when the twin peak of 22,775 got forged, between those twin price peaks, RSI created a RSI negative divergence, which was an, again, telltale sign of a potential correction. Now this blue line, if you're able to see, this is the 20 EMA of the daily time frame superimposed on other time frames like 15, 75 minute in the weekly time frame. Now what this suggests is that the price today has breached the 20 EMA. On the 15-minute time frame itself, you will see this purple line. This marks the bull range, the bull trend support zone. So the RSI broke below that as well. So now that it has almost touched the level of 30, it's going to come a little bit higher, maybe test 60, but is expected to continue lower. So now next, naturally your question should be and will be, where can we expect Nifty to go on? So first of all, notice that even the 75-minute time frame gave a negative divergence. So this is what I like to call eclipsing, where multiple time frames are telling you the same story, and this eclipse is going to get much stronger as we go to the daily time frame, so stay tuned for that. And here what you will see, the 75-minute time frame actually gave us an even earlier indication of an impeding correction. And how did it do that? It did it when the RSI bull range got breached. This happened back in the mid of April, almost 2 weeks before today. So basically this rally, which happened from 19th April all the way till today morning, that was actually a phony rally. That was not a real rally. So the correction technically already began on the 12th of April. The correction had already began, and then this was a phony rally. We just expect this correction to continue. So now coming to where we expect this correction to continue. Now looking at the daily time frame. The daily time frame, what is it showing? It is showing that a massive negative divergence has also forged here, which again is an indication that the strong uptrend which we've been experiencing since a long time, basically the strong uptrend since we've experienced since 25th of October, that is ready to take a pause and probably take a correction. So I would expect at least the 100 EMA to get tested. That is 21,775 is the first target for the leg of correction. Excuse me. You're also noticing the volume here. The volume is pretty high. And what is it high against? The volume is pretty high against declining days when the activity has not been particularly bullish. Today morning, it's amazing that we were able to touch a lifetime high, but clearly did not sustain whatsoever. And this correction is expected to continue. So at least RSI should test the level of 40 and price should test the level of 100 is what my expectation is. However, my analysis suggests we can expect a little bit of a bigger correction here. Typically, Nifty has a tendency of retesting its previous peak when it takes correction. So the previous peak here is 20,200. So we can also expect. So if this 21,800 does not sustain, does not hold, the next target would be 20,200 for me. And if that also does not sustain, if that also does not hold, then we'll talk about that when that happens. Now let's move on to Bank Nifty's analysis. I know, grim, but part and parcel of the market. If you want to be in the market, you have to deal with the corrections. You cannot escape the downside. You can prepare for the downside by managing your risk. Now, I run a swing trade subscription service called the Trade Together program. And in that, this week, because I was expecting the market to stay very elusive, I was expecting the market to deceive with fake rallies, fake breakouts, luring you in, trapping you into bullish positions while going bearish on you. So this week, out of 15 active positions that I usually give my members, I only had around 5 or 6 active positions. I think one of them triggered stop loss today itself at almost at break-even price. And so 2 of them got triggered stop loss, one at break-even price and one with a small 2.6% loss, which is okay, right? Because we expect the market to continue the decline a little bit more. So coming to Bank Nifty's analysis on the 3-minute time frame. So is the 3-minute time frame telling me anything significant other than a clear-cut negative divergence over here? Not really, not much. A positive divergence did occur just about at the time of closing. So like I said, we can expect some temporary upside, and if I have to attach a resistance zone, I would say it would be difficult for Bank Nifty to go above 49,580 here, because it seems like a pretty strong resistance zone at this point. That being said, the underlying trend of Bank Nifty actually looks a lot stronger than Nifty, so that is quite something. So right now I have very few active positions in the portfolios that I manage by myself, and banks actually are one of the stocks where I do have active positions, though I have not given any recommendations in banks to my Trade Together program members. But in the accounts that I manage, banks are something that I'm holding because I find banks a little bit tricky. So I like to monitor them rather closely. So yes, Bank Nifty is looking slightly stronger than a Nifty on an overall basis. But that being said, Bank Nifty also does look very likely to continue giving a correction because there is again a massive negative divergence also developing here. Momentum exhaustion is again evident over here as well. I would expect 100 EMA on Bank Nifty also to get tested if this correction does extend on Bank Nifty immediately with immediate effects. If Bank Nifty actually breaks the level of 48,364, basically it goes below this entire support zone. Let me mark it for you. So this entire support zone right here. So if it breaks below this, I'm going to exit all banking stocks and then re-enter them when it starts to turn back up from the support level. Now, let's take a look at our index chart analysis. And we want to do that to determine how the other indices have fared compared to CNX 500. So CNX 500 from last Friday, what we can see has closed almost flat, but the biggest underperformer is IT, metal, close behind infra and service and FMCG. PSE has done surprisingly very well this week, which is very impressive. So has auto and energy, oil and gas especially has done pretty well. Supreme India Limited is one of the stocks which I've been holding in my clients' accounts for PMS, and it's done pretty well. Consumer, pharma, healthcare, realty. See, in all the sectors right now, what I'm seeing is there are on-off opportunities, but the entire market, from my analysis, from the perspective of my own analysis, does suggest that it is pining for some respite, some correction. So I am sitting on a major cash position right now, a lot of cash, not very highly invested in the market, and I will wait for this leg of rally to end before I actually invest all my cash in the market again. Now, as a swing trader, obviously my churning in the market is a lot often. Within 2 days, I might deploy just 100% of my cash, right? Because when the opportunity knocks, you got to take it. Now, I also want to take a look at the 5-week chart with you. Now, you might be thinking, why should I look at the 5-week chart if I'm a swing trader whose holding period can be anywhere between 2 weeks to maybe 2 months? The reason I like to look at the 5 weeks chart is because it adds very good perspective. I need to have a broad sense of perspective, a broader sense of perspective to stay efficient. So one very common theme which is noticeable, clearly noticeable on the 5-week chart is that time and again Nifty has a tendency when it has steered very far from this 20 EMA of the 5-week chart, right? Whenever it steers very close away from that, it will always come back down to touch the 20 EMA and then continue to rally. And it does that like again and again. And if you notice here, it was in March 23 that the 20 EMA of the 5-week time frame got tested by Nifty. Since then, it has not. And if you again notice, let me hide the drawings. If you notice the way the candlesticks are forming, you can see that there is a very evident sign of an exhaustion. So I would expect that the peak of this tiny little candle here with a tiny little body, 20,200. That's a little bit steep. We were talking about 21,200, but 20,200 is like 11-12% far away. I am personally not that bearish. I would expect this to move up over the next few weeks. If the correction is not very sharp here, then it need not go that far. But it does look like even the 5-week chart is suggesting that a little bit of correction is become overdue in a very long time. So that is something that we should look out for in the index, in the overall market. So make sure to manage your risk and make sure to use stop loss on all your active positions and respect to those stop loss, because the whole purpose of stop loss is to protect your positions from losses. So unfortunately, today we will not be able to do the stock request forms, but I do request you to fill in your queries in the form, because when I feel better, I will take time out to answer your queries and upload a video related to that. Today is just not that day, not a very good day. But I will see you again next Wednesday in the live session, Let's Get Technical series, where I bring to you one active recommendation or one past active recommendation, and we take it apart layer by layer to see what made us firstly participate in that recommendation, and then how did we manage the active position, how did we end up booking the profit or the loss. We don't only analyze all profits, we also analyze our losses, because the idea is to get as much meaty material as we can from the past trade analysis that we do, because ultimately that is what helps us learn exponentially. So with that, thank you so much for being a great audience, and sorry for the inconvenience you had to experience today because of my bad internet. And if you are not part of my Telegram channel already, I request you to join my Telegram channel so that you don't miss the recorded session of this very important market outlook episode. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.